individual apportionments
By June 15th.
by June 15th. Now here's the rub. The decree requires that, but the code does not. So there's no remedy in the code for a failure to do that. At best, it's something for which a user could object.
The only remedy you have is to appeal to the court because.
Lodge an objection.
Yeah, and that's what that says. And that's why this came before us before, but it was after all the fact. It was retroactive, and there was no way you could go back and undo it. And none of us knew the answer. So that's why when the issue came up again early this year, I wanted to, because there's still time between now and August 10th. So if the parties that, from what I read here, if the parties are agreed, have any recourse, they have to appeal to the Superior Court and get a resolution or direction or intervention of the Superior Court prior to August 10th of this year in order to affect the apportionments that would be applied by the auditor on August 15th.
Correct.
And
now, interestingly,
but
there was
court,
such an objection filed this year.
Right, but if the court waits until October to address the issue, it can and will because it's the dominant body, but the implementation of that would take place in next year's apportionment.
And that's correct. I'm sorry, Supervisor Hammond. You should note, and it was listed in my memo to the board, that kind of in the last minutes of my draft in the memo, I became aware of the proposition that an actual objection had been lodged.
Right.
So it appears, I don't know the basis necessarily of the objection, but one has been advanced, and I'm left to say that
constituents have appealed to this body to intervene on their behalf in a process that they feel that they are not being properly served. What this memo tells us is we don't have the power to intervene, but the courts do.
Quite right. The RCD is an autonomous entity, and it is the RCD to which those, and the court is the body where you go for the due process on that issue, sir.
Okay, that was the question that I felt that we needed to have addressed so that the constituents who have the concern can be given a proper answer.
Yes, sir.
For those in the audience, the way the meeting will first, we're going to take questions by the board on the county council's report, and then we'll go to the public and you'll have the opportunity to bring your questions. Is there any other questions by board members of the county council's